1 Thessalonians 4:6. So then let us not sleep as others do, but let us keep awake and be sober. Ephesians 5:14. Awake, O sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will give you light. Romans 13:11. Awake out of sleep, for now our salvation is nearer than we first believed. And my favorite one, Matthew 24:42. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know on what day your Lord is coming. Oh, so the Bible's woke too? It's just a book of morals, just a bunch of good poems to live by. To put it plainly, in other words, if you are not alive, then you are dead. If you are in between, that's too much like being a zombie or something. You just hunting for brains. Undead but yet unalive. In other words, you feeding off the ideas, innovations, motivations, and livelihoods of woke people. And I just think that's hilariously funny. This is a good example of somebody being awake to their surroundings and the things that are going on. Roll the clip.
Now back to your regularly scheduled programming, right? That's sort of what the election of Donald Trump is, y'all, just so you know. It is back to your regularly scheduled programming. It's not something new. It's not a break with tradition. Folks that are tripping on the election of Donald Trump who act like somehow this is a deviation from America's norm, that this is somehow some unique, horrible break with the history of the country. No. The glitch was the 8 years of the Obama administration. This is back to your regularly scheduled programming. The history of politicians scapegoating black and brown folks, blaming them for problems that they didn't create, and then getting votes on the basis of that, that's not new. Donald Trump didn't create that, didn't invent that. That's been going on for 400 years, back to the colonial period, before we even were a country. So the first lesson is, don't assume that what's happened all of a sudden is a new thing. Don't be shocked by it. This is normal for America. Welcome to your country.
So you see, that's why the Great Awakening struck a nerve with them so much as it did. Contextually, the scripture implies being jarred awake, as in abruptly. I mean, and they probably spent millions of dollars on this campaign to make sure that you are woke no longer. They could have gave us all that money and maybe we would have shut up about it. But now it must have hurt. So see, this is what they're afraid of. This is what it looked like when people start waking up.
The reason it's important, it's not just an academic point. If you want to fight injustice, you have to know the injustice that you're up against.